Start recording. All right, we're back. So sometimes you need to do choreography between animations and gameplay. Because animations are based off of time, and sometimes you want things to happen in your software that line up with things that happen in the animation of your character. Yeah, you can read it off button presses, but sometimes there's a little bit of a delay before back. For example, let's say we wanted to play sound every time the foot hits the ground. How could we best do that? It sure would be great if we had some way to know programmatically. Yeah, we could eyeball it and we could say, well, if I'm walking, maybe I could get the position of the foot, get its Y value, and when its Y value is a certain amount lower than the knee, we could say, okay, maybe the foot's down, play a sound. Or maybe we could wait a certain amount of time after the beginning of the animation, we could keep the timer, there's a lot of things you could do. But the Unity gives us a way to decorate an animation file. It gives us a way to call scripts from within an animation itself. And it's called an event. So, if we go to the clip, which is walking, you'll see down here at the bottom, there's curves, events, masks, motion, and input messages. So, first thing we'll do is we will go to events. And this small little white line, you can scrub this if you can grab it with your left mouse button. If you can grab it. Wow. I'm going to hit plus here, and I'm going to move it around. So now here I'm moving in the timeline where I'm going to have this animation event. So let's scrub through. Let's say bonk right there. So the white line is there. I'm going to slide my event to that spot. And this is a function call, right? And you give it a name by string, and it can take one of 4 parameters. Stop me if you've heard this story before. It can take either nothing, a float, an int, a string, or a reference to an object. You see a pattern here? Is this Groundhog's Day? It's the same stuff as the events for the button clicks, right? In the UI? Okay. So there's this default parameter system that gets you most of the work done. And then Unity thinks most problems are solvable with these 4. And it's probably true because a reference to an object could have a component attached to it, and that component could have all the variables you wanted. So this is kind of like your sledgehammer if you need to. Yeah? And give me a reference to any game object. So let's call a function. We'll call this play footstep. And I don't know. Let's say it takes an int. Pass 1 in there. I'll hit apply. Oop. So now I've got footstep sound there, tack. And I'll have another one right there, tack. So I'll hit this plus sign thing again. What's the name of my function again? Play footstep. Is that right? If I'm not sure, I can click on this other one, make sure I did it right. Play footstep. Okay, good. Play footstep. So that's a 1, and that's a, I don't know, 2. I'll hit apply. Okay, so the animator, when it's playing this animation, if you're using Mechanim, will search through all components attached to the game object that the animator component is attached to. What? What I'm saying is, you're playing this on Animate. Malcolm is the character with the anim controller playing this clip. So the animator will look for through all public components attached to this game object, the one that the animator is attached to. And if it has a function that matches that signature, it'll run it. Simple enough. So we need to add a play footstep sound somewhere. It's not really hero logic, but let's put it in hero logic. Play foot. What? Step sound? Is that what I called it? Just footstep. And fix it in. Debug.log. Play footstep. Plus n. There you go. So we'll see if we get the 1 and the 2 coming in. So that's a public function. It's in a component attached to our game object. We're going to hit save. We're going to go back to Unity. And we're going to save the project there. We'll press play, we'll run our game. We'll go to our scene. There's our Malcolm guy right there. Let's open up our console. Nothing's being printed out right now, which is fine. We're going to press in here, we're going to start walking. Did we see anything? We didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. Oh, there's one. There it is. Play footstep 2. So it called once. What happened? Oh, it got called twice. Is it doing what we expect? Oh, there's a footstep 1. So it is calling the event. We are getting it. Right? Clearly we're getting it. Seeing the message. It's calling the function. We can set a breakpoint, we'll see it. But it's probably not doing what you expected. Why is that? Oh well, let's debug this a little bit. Let's go to our animator and let's see if it's clear why this is happening. What if we went back to our base layer and what if we took that walking animation? Let's just say, okay, let's debug this walking animation. Set its default state. Okay. Clear that. Go. Is that doing what we expect? 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. We look at the clip, right? 13, 13, 14, 14, 15. Yeah. Pardon me? It's going to the running animation. So you're right. It has something to do with what we were doing here, right? We're blending between the 3 animations. We only ever decorated the walk. So at a certain point, we were losing the animation clips. We're losing the animation events because we were taking a blend of these 3, and because we were pushing full up on the keyboard, we're getting 0% of the walk. As long as we were getting some percent of the walk, we should have gotten the events. So it was a bug due to the fact that we were blending. So this is actually a common bug. It shows up particularly with AI, because AI tends to be very animation centric. Why is my AI, not hearing me anymore? While the animation that has the sound calls or whatever wasn't being played anymore. So we have to make sure we don't do that. For simple things with one clip playing all the time, should be fine. When you start to blend, you need to make sure you have some of that animation playing. Another solution is to have a single track, an animation track, with your events in it that you always play, that doesn't have motion data in it. And if that's always going, then you're always going to get the events. Does that make sense why that wasn't working initially?